The final warning. The council chamber was cold and silent. Massive pillars of black stone reached toward the darkness above. Around the circular table sat the most powerful beings in the galaxy. The Zorvath, with their 4 arms and metal armor. The Kretok, floating in their energy shields. The Vraxians, towering 10 feet tall with red eyes that glowed in the dim light. And then there was her, Ambassador Sarah Chen. A human. Small, alone, standing in the center of them all. The Zorvath High Commander leaned forward. His voice was deep, filled with mockery. "So the little humans send us one diplomat. How cute." Laughter echoed through the chamber. It was not friendly laughter. It was the kind of laughter that comes before something terrible. Sarah did not move. Her face remained calm. She had practiced this moment 1,000 times. Her government had sent her with one mission, one simple message. But she knew these aliens would not listen. They never did. "I am here to deliver a warning," Sarah said. Her voice was steady, clear. It cut through the laughter like a knife through butter. The Kretok leader's energy field pulsed with amusement. "A warning. From humans, your species has been in space for less than 200 years. We have ruled for thousands. What could you possibly warn us about?" Sarah took a deep breath. "Leave our colony worlds alone. Stay away from human settlements. Do not attack our people. This is your final warning." Silence fell. Then slowly the laughter began again. Louder this time. "Harder, or what?" The Vraxian general growled. "What will you do, little human? Your military is tiny. Your ships are old. Your weapons are primitive. We could crush you in a day." "Perhaps," Sarah replied. "But you won't, because if you attack us, we will respond. And you will regret it." The Zorvath commander slammed his fist on the table. The sound boomed through the chamber. "Threats. The humans dare to threaten us. We who control 50 star systems. We who have destroyed entire civilizations." Sarah's eyes never left his. "Then you should understand what happens when someone pushes too far. We are asking you nicely. Don't make us ask again." The Kretok leader waved a glowing hand. "This meeting is over. Take your warning back to Earth, human. Tell your leaders we do not fear them. Tell them we go where we want, when we want. The galaxy does not belong to humans." Sarah nodded slowly. She had expected this. Her superiors had warned her this would happen. But the protocol was clear. Give them a chance. Let them choose peace. They had chosen something else. "Very well," Sarah said quietly. "I have delivered the message. What happens next is on you." She turned and walked toward the exit. Behind her, the aliens whispered and laughed. They thought she was weak. They thought humans were weak. They had no idea. 3 weeks later, everything changed. The colony world was called New Hope. It was a farming planet. Green fields, blue skies, simple homes where families lived quiet lives. Children played in the streets. Farmers worked the land. It was peaceful. Then the alien fleet arrived. The Zorvath came first. 50 warships. They did not send a message. They did not give a warning. They simply opened fire. The orbital defense stations were destroyed in minutes. The farms burned. The towns exploded. People ran, but there was nowhere to run. The attack lasted 4 hours. When it ended, 50,000 humans were dead. The aliens broadcast their message across all channels. This is what happens when you threaten us. This is what happens when humans forget their place. We are the power here, not you. Then they left. They returned to their home systems, celebrating their victory. They had taught the humans a lesson. Or so they thought. For 3 days, Earth was silent. No messages, no broadcasts, no diplomatic responses. The human government said nothing. The military said nothing. It was as if humanity itself had vanished. The aliens watched and waited. Some felt satisfied. Others felt uneasy. Why are they so quiet? A Kretok officer asked his commander. "Because they are afraid," the commander replied. "They know they cannot win. They are weak." But in the deep corners of space, something strange was happening. Human military ships were disappearing from sensors. Supply stations went dark. Communication arrays shut down. It was systematic, organized, planned. An old Vraxian general, a veteran of 100 wars, watched the reports. His red eyes narrowed. "No," he whispered. "This is not fear. This is preparation." "Preparation for what?" his assistant asked. The general did not answer. He had seen this before, long ago. Another race that was attacked. Another race that went silent. He remembered what happened next. It was not surrender. On the fourth day, deep space sensors across the galaxy detected something. Massive energy signatures, hundreds of them, thousands, moving fast, moving with purpose. The Zorvath tracking station sent an urgent message to their high command. Sir, we have multiple contacts. Human ships. They're everywhere. How? How did they build so many? The high commander felt cold fear for the first time in decades. Where are they going? The officer's voice shook. Sir, they're coming here. To our home system. All of them. The high commander stood frozen. He remembered the human ambassador. Her calm face, her steady voice. Her final words, what happens next is on you. Now he understood. They had ignored the warning. And now, humanity's wrath was coming. The Zorvath homeworld was called Draxia Prime. It was a fortress planet. Massive defense stations orbited in the sky. Weapon platforms covered every angle. Shield generators powerful enough to stop a meteor storm protected the surface. For 3,000 years, no enemy had ever reached this world. Today, that record would end. The Zorvath High Commander stood in the command center watching his screens. His four hands gripped the control panel. How many human ships? He demanded. We cannot count them all, sir, the sensor officer replied. His voice trembled. They keep appearing, jumping out of faster-than-light travel. The sky is full of them. Through the massive windows of the command tower they could see it. The human fleet emerged from the darkness of space like a metal storm. Battleships, carriers, destroyers, cruisers, thousands upon thousands of vessels. They moved in perfect formation, blocking out the stars. Impossible, the High Commander whispered. 3 weeks ago their fleet was small. Where did these ships come from? An old Zorvath admiral stepped forward. His armor was covered in medals from 100 battles. Commander, I believe humans were hiding their true strength. They built these ships in secret, waiting, preparing for a war they hoped would never come. And we gave them that war, the commander said bitterly. On every screen, the same image appeared. A human face, male, older, eyes like cold steel. His uniform was simple, dark blue with silver stars on the shoulders. This was Admiral Marcus Cole, commander of the Human Defense Fleet. His voice came through every speaker on the planet, every military base, every civilian center, every home. It was calm, controlled, terrifying in its quietness. People of Draxia Prime, I am Admiral Marcus Cole of Earth. 3 weeks ago, your military attacked our colony world. New Hope, you murdered 50,000 innocent people, men, women, children. You killed them to send a message. The Admiral paused. His eyes seemed to look through the screen into the soul of every alien watching. Today we send our message. You wanted war. Now you will learn what human war looks like. The Zorvath commander slammed his fist down. Open the channel, now! The communication officer worked frantically. Channel open, sir. Admiral Cole, the commander shouted. This is High Commander Vexthor of the Zorvath Empire. What happened at New Hope was a mistake, a tragic error in judgment. We can negotiate. We can offer compensation, resources, technology, anything you want. Admiral Cole's expression did not change. A mistake? He said softly. You sent 50 warships. You bombarded a farming planet for 4 hours. You broadcast your attack across the galaxy as a warning to us. That was not a mistake, Commander. That was murder. Please, Vexthor said, and the word tasted like poison in his mouth. The mighty Zorvath did not beg, but today they did. We can find a peaceful solution. War benefits no one. We gave you peace, Admiral Cole replied. We sent Ambassador Chen. She warned you. She begged you to leave us alone. You laughed at her. You called us weak. You called us primitive. The Admiral leaned forward closer to the camera. So let me show you how primitive we are. The screen went black. All ships, Admiral Cole's voice echoed across the human fleet. Execute Battle Plan Alpha. Target their military installations only. Avoid civilian areas. We are not like them. We do not murder innocents. Admiral, his second-in-command said quietly, they will fight back. Let them, Marcus replied. They will learn why humanity survived the Ice Age, the plagues, the world wars. We do not just fight to win. We fight to ensure no one ever threatens us again. The battle began. The Zorvath defense stations opened fire first. Energy beams that could melt through steel. missiles that could destroy mountains, railguns that fired metal slugs at incredible speeds. The sky filled with fire and light, but the human ships moved differently. They did not charge forward like warriors seeking glory. They moved like surgeons, precise, calculated. Every ship knew exactly where to go, exactly what to do. The Zorvath weapons hit human shields. The shields flickered but held. Then the shields began to change, shifting frequency, adapting to each weapon type. Within minutes, the Zorvath weapons were half as effective. How are they doing that? A Zorvath officer screamed. They studied us, the old admiral said quietly. All those years of peace, all those trade agreements, all those scientific exchanges. They were learning our technology, learning our weaknesses. The human fleet separated into precise attack groups. One group targeted the defense stations. Their weapons were not the biggest or the most powerful, but they hit exactly where they needed to. Shield generators, power cores, command centers. One by one, the great orbital fortresses went dark. Another group engaged the Zorvath war fleet. The alien ships were larger, more heavily armed, but the humans moved in wolf-pack formations. 3 or 4 smaller ships attacking one large one from different angles. When a Zorvath ship turned to face one threat, 2 others struck from behind. It was not just battle. It was art. Deadly, efficient art. They fight like they have done this 1,000 times before, Vexthor whispered, watching his fleet crumble. Perhaps they have, the old admiral said. Humans have been fighting wars on their planet for thousands of years. They wrote books about warfare. They study every battle, every strategy, every mistake. War is in their history, their culture, their blood. The battle lasted 45 minutes. Not 45 hours. Not 45 days. 45 minutes. When it ended, the Zorvath defense fleet was destroyed. 70% casualties. The orbital stations were burning metal husks. The planet's military bases were in ruins, hit by surgical strikes from orbit. But not a single civilian center was touched. Not one home was destroyed. The humans had been terrifyingly precise. Admiral Cole's face appeared on the screens again. Commander Vexthor, your military is broken. Your defenses are gone. We could destroy your entire planet right now. Turn your world into dust and ash. But we won't. Do you know why? Vexthor could not speak. He could only shake his head. Because we are not you, Marcus said simply. We do not kill innocents. We do not destroy homes and families. We came here for justice, not genocide. Relief flooded through Vexthor. Then, it is over. Admiral Cole's eyes grew colder. No, Commander. It is not over, not even close. Fear returned, stronger than before. You attacked one colony, Marcus continued, but you did it from 3 military bases in 3 different systems. Those bases supplied the ships. Those bases gave the orders. Those bases celebrated when 50,000 humans died. The Admiral's voice became hard as iron. All ships, prepare for Phase 2. Target coordinates Outpost Helix, Station Crimson, and Base Omega. Admiral, please, Vexthor begged. Those bases are in neutral territory. You will start a war with half the galaxy. Then half the galaxy should have stopped you from attacking New Hope, Marcus replied. They watched. They did nothing, so now they will watch us, and they will learn the same lesson you are learning right now. What lesson? Vexthor asked desperately. Admiral Marcus Cole stared through the screen with eyes that had seen too much death. Lost too many friends, and carried the weight of 50,000 graves. That humanity does not forgive. We do not forget, and we do not stop until justice is served. The human fleet turned. Like a great machine of war, thousands of ships moved as one. They jumped into faster-than-light travel, heading for the 3 military bases. In the command center, Vexthor collapsed into his chair. Around him, his officers stood in shocked silence. Their mighty empire, their powerful military, their 3,000 years of dominance, shattered in less than an hour. The old admiral spoke softly. They gave us a warning. We should have listened. Through the windows, the stars slowly reappeared as the human fleet vanished. But everyone on Draxia Prime knew the truth. The humans were not gone. They were just getting started. The galactic news networks were exploding with panic. In the Kretok capital city, millions gathered around public screens. They watched the footage from Draxia Prime. The burning stations, the broken fleet, the speed of human victory. This cannot be real, a Kretok civilian whispered. The Zorvath are one of the strongest military powers in the galaxy. Were, his friend corrected quietly. They were strong. Past tense. Across the galaxy in the Vraxian home system, their military council held an emergency meeting. The Great Hall was filled with the Empire's generals and admirals. All of them warriors. All of them veterans. All of them afraid. We need to discuss the human problem, the Supreme General said. His massive form seemed smaller today, hunched with worry. What problem? An old general asked. The humans are attacking the Zorvath, not us. For now, another replied. But we were there. In that council chamber, we laughed at their ambassador. We supported the attack on New Hope. What if we are next? Silence fell like a heavy blanket. Should we send our fleet to help the Zorvath? A young admiral suggested. Show the humans they cannot fight the entire galaxy. The Supreme General shook his head slowly. No, we stay out of this. But sir, I said no. The general's voice echoed through the hall. He took a deep breath, calming himself. 50 years ago, I fought in the Kelter War. I saw what happens when a species fights for survival. The Kelter were pushed into a corner, and they fought like demons. They lost, but they took half our fleet with them. He looked around the room at all the warriors present. The humans are not fighting for survival. They are fighting for revenge, for justice, for their dead. That makes them more dangerous than any army we have ever faced. So we do nothing? The young admiral asked. We abandon our allies. The old general who had spoken earlier stood up. His armor was ancient, covered in scars from countless battles. The Zorvath are not our allies. They are business partners, and they made a choice. They attacked a peaceful colony. They killed farmers and children. They ignored a clear warning. His voice grew harder. We gave that warning with them. We all agreed. The humans were clear. Leave them alone or face war. The Zorvath chose war. Now they pay the price. And we stay far away and hope the humans remember that we did not pull the trigger. The council voted. Unanimous. The Vraxian Empire would not interfere. They would watch. They would learn. They would survive. Outpost Helix was the first target. It was a Zorvath military station in the Epsilon sector. 20,000 soldiers, 500 ships, weapon systems that could defend against entire fleets. The base commander was General Krath, a veteran of 30 campaigns. He was not afraid of humans. That was his first mistake. Sir, the human fleet just entered the system. His sensor officer reported. How many ships? Krath demanded. 400, sir. Moving in fast. Krath smiled. His four hands moved across the command console with confidence. Only 400? They split their forces. Foolish. Activate all defense systems. Launch all fighters. We will destroy them here and show the galaxy that humans can bleed. The human fleet did not slow down. They came in like a spear aimed at the heart. No fancy formations. No clever tactics. Just raw, focused aggression. All weapons fire. Krath ordered. The space around Outpost Helix lit up with weapons fire. Energy beams, missiles, railgun slugs. Everything the base had. The first wave of human ships took heavy damage. 3 were destroyed. 7 more were badly hurt, but they kept coming. Why are they not stopping? An officer asked, confusion in his voice. Because they do not care about losses, the old weapons officer said quietly. They care about the mission. This is not a battle for them. This is an execution. The human ships reached close range. Their weapons fired at point-blank distance. Not at the station's shields. Not at the armor. At the weapons themselves. Every gun, every launcher, every defense system was targeted and destroyed. Within 10 minutes, Outpost Helix could not fight back. It could only watch as the human fleet surrounded it completely. Admiral Cole's face appeared on Krath's screen. General Krath, your base supplied the ships that attacked New Hope. Your supply officer signed the authorization. Your fuel fed those engines. Your weapons armed those vessels. I was following orders. Krath shouted. The High Command told us to support the operation. And who did you think those ships were going to attack? Marcus asked calmly. Did you ask? Did you question? Did you care? Krath said nothing. He had not asked. Orders were orders. Your base is surrounded. Marcus continued. Your weapons are destroyed. You have 2 choices. 1. Order your soldiers to evacuate. Get on transports, leave. We will let you go. We only want the base. And choice 2? Krath asked. You fight. And we kill everyone here. Your choice, General. Make it now. Krath looked around his command center, at the young officers, the soldiers. Many of them had families. Many of them had just been following orders like him. He pressed the evacuation alarm. All personnel, abandon the station. This is a direct order from General Krath. Evacuate immediately. Head for the transports, move! Confusion spread through the base, but soldiers followed orders. They ran to the transport bays. They loaded onto ships. The human fleet did not fire. They watched. They waited. They let the aliens leave. 20 minutes later, Outpost Helix was empty. Only General Krath remained sitting in his command chair. General, you should leave too, Admiral Cole said. There was no mockery in his voice, no anger. Just fact. No, Krath replied. I signed the orders. I am responsible. I will stay with my base. Marcus was quiet for a moment. Then he nodded slowly. I understand. You have 5 minutes to say your goodbyes. Contact whoever you need to contact. Krath called his family. He told them he loved them. He told them to be proud. He told them he was sorry. Then he sat back in his chair and waited. 5 minutes later, the human fleet fired. Outpost Helix exploded in a ball of fire that could be seen from 3 star systems away. Station Crimson fell next. The commander there saw what happened at Outpost Helix. He did not wait for the humans to arrive. He evacuated his people immediately and left the station empty. The humans destroyed it without firing a shot at a single living being. Base Omega was different. Commander Zalthar was a Kreetok hardliner. He believed in strength, in power, in never surrendering. When the human fleet arrived, he did not evacuate. He did not surrender. He activated the base's self-destruct sequence and aimed it at the nearest human colony world, 3 light years away. If you destroy this base, the explosion will create a subspace wave that will wipe out your colony. Back away or thousands more humans die. Admiral Cole's response was immediate. Negative. We do not negotiate with terrorists. Then you kill your own people. Zalthar screamed. No, Marcus said coldly. You kill them. Their blood is on your hands, not ours. But here is what will happen next. We will stop your bomb. We will save our colony. And then we will find you. Wherever you run, wherever you hide, we will find you. And when we do, you will wish you had died here today. The human fleet moved. 3 specialized ships broke formation. They were small, fast, built for one purpose, disarming bombs. They flew straight at Base Omega, taking heavy fire. One was destroyed, but the other 2 made it. Human soldiers wearing advanced armor cut through the station's hull. They moved through corridors filled with automated defenses. They reached the core, and in 7 minutes, they disabled the bomb. Commander Zalthar escaped in a personal ship, vanishing into faster-than-light travel. Base Omega was destroyed, empty, clean. No one died, but across the galaxy, every military leader received the same message from Admiral Cole. Commander Zalthar tried to use civilians as shields. He tried to murder innocents to save himself. We stopped him this time, but he is still out there. If anyone protects him, hides him, or helps him in any way, you will face the same justice the Zorvath are facing. We will find him. We always find them. The manhunt began. 3 weeks later, Zalthar was found hiding in a smuggler's station on the edge of known space. The smugglers, hearing about the human search, tied him up and delivered him to the nearest human ship themselves. He was tried, convicted of attempted genocide, and sentenced to life imprisonment on a human prison world. The humans did not execute him. They wanted him to live, to remember, to serve as a warning. The galactic news showed the numbers. In 1 month, humanity had destroyed the Zorvath military fleet, 3 major bases and dozens of smaller outposts. Total casualties: 847 enemy soldiers who chose to fight, and 1 general who chose honor over escape. Human casualties: 152 soldiers killed in action. But the numbers told only part of the story. The real change was in how the galaxy saw humanity. Fear, respect, understanding. The message was clear. Humans did not want war. But if you brought war to them, they would end it. Completely. Efficiently. Without mercy for those who gave the orders, but with surprising mercy for those who simply followed them. In the Vraxian Council chamber, the Supreme General watched the news and spoke quietly to his officers. Update our protocols. Any ship, any soldier, any officer who even suggests attacking a human colony will be arrested immediately. We will not make the Zorvath's mistake. Similar orders went out across the galaxy. From the Kretok, from the Andorians, from the Pelthians, from every species that had been in that council chamber when Ambassador Sarah Chen gave her warning. They had laughed at her then. None of them were laughing now. But the war was not over. Not yet. Because deep in the shadows of space, a secret faction was planning something terrible. They believed humanity had gotten lucky. They believed humans were still weak. They were about to learn the truth. And the truth would burn brighter than 1,000 suns.